about the death of Peter Jennings. First, so ironic, and I do feel it deeply, to be in Beirut. I'm here on assignment for 60 minutes, and when I was flying over, knowing what a tough battle Peter was having to try to stay alive, I thought about how important Beirut had been in Peter's development as the great reporter he became. He was here during the 70s and into the early 80s when there was civil war, brutal civil war in Lebanon here, and then he was also here during the period when the Israelis came into southern Lebanon. I found it ironic and found myself thinking about what a great pro Peter Jennings was, what a loving husband and father, what a loyal friend, how much he cared about other people, particularly people less fortunate than himself. Peter's charity he never really talked about, but he had a lot of it, including the special jazz night. Peter loved jazz out in the Hamptons every summer, the proceeds of which went to help needy children. I also thought about what a passion he had for the news. That Peter was a genuine intellectual in the sense that he had great curiosity. I've never met anybody who had a deeper, more abiding curiosity, wanted to know about things, wanted to learn about things than Peter Jennings. And make no mistake, inside that tall, handsome, elegant, gracious exterior beat the heart of a fierce but principled competitor. Peter could report, write, edit, broadcast with the best. And some of those things, at least, he was the best. And sometimes when one anchors the news, people talk about, well, he's a reader. Well, Peter Jennings was a reader. He was a very good reader when it was called for. But he was a leader, not a reader, in every sense of the word. He had an almost unerring instinct for a story, great nose for news, was able to see beyond the horizon, beyond the headlines to what was developing, cared so deeply, particularly about international reporting and foreign news. I think part of the importance of Peter Jennings to American journalism is that he was good at covering politics, all kinds of domestic stories in the United States, but his deepest love was for international reporting. And through the length and breadth of his career, he considered it his mission, among others, but perhaps his most important mission, to make Americans and those in his home country, Canada, he later became an American, but always felt strong about Canada, to keep people in North America up to date on what was happening around the world, and to have them understand how important it was for citizens of North America, and particularly the United States, to understand different cultures, different societies. And Peter, not alone, but right out front, kept that banner of we must do integrity-filled, quality international reporting flying high, throughout his career. And he died as he lived and reported as this classy, brave, principled, ethically based pro. I think because Peter was handsome, because he was at home at a posh dinner party on Park Avenue, people tend to overlook he was also at home on the battlefield in places like here in Beirut in the Middle East, and that he had a toughness about him that you might not pick up on just meeting him. That Peter did know good wine and good suits, but he also could hoist a cold beer with the best of them. And when it was called upon for him to have courage, both physical courage and courage of character in reporting in his life, he had it. One was reminded of that perhaps most greatly and most meaningfully in his final days. This cancer that Peter had, it was discovered only in the spring of this year, and it moved very quickly. It was a particularly virulent form of cancer. But he fought an exceptionally brave fight. I miss him terribly, and My condolences to his wife, Casey, and his children, Christopher and Elizabeth.